tell you something, brother. This might be the best OG Kush I've ever had. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. You just said a mouthful, brother. I'm higher than helicopter butt. Listen, though, Hulkster. Younglurch has been running his mouth on that podcast. Blaze the Bingo Hall podcast needs to show some respect to the veterans, brother. I say we run in there and show Younglurch and his guest just exactly who the OGs of this game are, What you gonna do, Blaze the Bingo Hall podcast, when the Macho Man and the Hulkster run wild on you? Ooh, yeah. Give me like 10 minutes, though, because I'm really, really stoned. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the Bingo Hall. It's your boy, as usual, Younglurch. We always blaze at the Bingo Hall. Very special guest today, the eldest daughter of the legend Dynamite Tom Billighton, Dynamite Kid, the Dynamite Doll herself, Bronwyne Billighton. Welcome into the Bingo Hall.
Well, thank you for having me. This is a much different platform than I'm used to. I love it.
Yeah, it's real low budget. You know, I'm in the basement of a bingo hall right now, so you know we do what we can here. So, but I appreciate you for stopping by and joining us, and you know, blazing it with your boy. We'll just get right started. So, you're originally from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Is that where you currently reside now?
Yes, I've been here my whole life.
You sounded a little reluctant to say yes. Is it? You want to get out of there, or?
Yeah, it's a great city. It's clean. It's safe. Things are getting expensive, but I just hate winter. I hate the cold, and I've been here my whole life, so I just feel like my future. I'm gonna live somewhere else eventually. But
yeah,
right now my kids go to school here, and I don't want them, changing schools so much. I just want to keep them in one place. So I guess I'll tough it out a little longer.
You probably get below zero up there, right?
Oh God, yeah. Our winters could be like minus, so we're in Celsius, like minus 40.
Okay. I think that's maybe about half of what Fahrenheit is. I don't really know the difference. I don't know the exchange in the difference, but
yeah, me neither.
Still cold.
Freaking cold, let me tell you.
So you grew up in Alberta. You say that you've grown up around a wrestling ring. So you were a kid that was always in the ring with amongst, I guess, your cousins, I would assume.
Yeah, so I was raised with the Hart family. So my mom's sister married Bret Hart. Of course, my dad moved from England to Calgary, Alberta to start training with the Hart family in the dungeon. So that's how my mom and dad met. So there was always Sunday dinners up at Stu Hart's house, and there's a wrestling ring there. Of course, it was always in the backyard. We'd be playing in it. The dungeon, we could hear screams coming down from the dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had a wrestling ring in my house too, growing up. So we had a barn in our backyard with a wrestling ring. And then at Brett's house as well, if we were over there, there was a wrestling ring there too. So there's pretty much always one wherever we were. So.
Do you have any memories of being in that house? As far as I always hear stories of Stu Hart, cooking breakfast for everyone, and then cats were pooping, and then he's cleaning up the cat poop, and then just going right back to cooking like it wasn't a big deal.
I didn't quite witness any of those stories. Okay. I've definitely heard those stories.
Yeah.
But yes, there's tons of cats.
Okay.
There's dogs as well. Sunday dinners were a lot of people were there. They had, 2 big rooms that were side by side with 2 very large tables. They might have been even more
was it put
together, but it was for 80 people would sit down for Sunday dinners.
Were the tables kids and then adults, or was it just a mix of everybody?
Yeah, the actual dining room is where the adults would be, and then the living room, they put all the kids over there. So
yeah. So a lot's been going on with you as recently. You've been all over the place. You're recently at Battleground Championship Wrestling in Philly on July 12th. Yeah, Philly. You're all Phillied out over there. I'm not a Philly fan, but I know you got
right now. So
they're
my boys.
How was your experience at Battleground?
It was amazing. So that was my second time going there. I was there same time. It was July last year.
Okay.
I had the best time. I just thought, it's such a legendary venue at the 2300 Arena. Everyone was so kind. Everyone came up to me to tell me all the fans, how much they love my dad. And, they would travel from New York to watch him wrestle. And so I just felt really welcomed there. And so I was like, I'm definitely coming back next year. So I came back pretty much 1 year, like the same show a year later. And I just had a blast. I love it so much that I'm going to be coming back in October as well.
Yeah, I was telling you beforehand that I missed out on that show, but I'll definitely have to make it out there. Maybe I'll make it to the October one you were mentioning. But
You should. It's their Halloween show, and they do like an awesome job. So I'm really excited. That'll be my first Halloween show with
yeah,
Battle.
the 2300 arena, like you said, it's got all the history and lineage and stuff like that. So it's definitely a bucket list place to get to.
Yeah, he does an amazing job. I just love the show that he puts on, and it's all recorded, and it's an overall amazing product, and I'm happy to be a part of the team.
Yeah, that's great. Your dad, Tom Billighton, he's being inducted to the 2025 Wrestling Life Hall of Fame. And that's why you were there to actually make that announcement, right?
Actually, no. So, and the first time I went to Philadelphia for Battleground Championship Wrestling, I inducted my dad into their little like Hall of Fame that they did.
At that arena, right?
Yes, yeah. So that's what I went last year. But we did just do the induction that you're talking about for Wrestling Life Hall of Fame, but that's not what I was announcing there. I was actually announcing that I've been working with UK movie producers, and we're making a movie on my dad.
Okay. That's my fault then. I mixed that up then, but that's
there's a lot.
Still big news.
Yeah, the two announcements were in the same weekend, so I could see how you would get that confused. But
still very big news. So what will that consist of? Is that going to be like a complete movie about your dad's life, or is it just like the wrestling part of it? Or
I mean, the idea would be his whole life from the beginning, but of course that would be more than like a 2.5 hour movie. We're already aware of we're just going through the script process right now, and you have to cut a lot of things out to make it fit in that time frame. So it is going to be more based about his wrestling career, but of course from the start. So it won't be as much about his childhood and growing up, but like how he, just how he got into wrestling and kind of.
Will you be working along with like the crew of like, will they be like taking your guys' insight like from the family of like, hey, maybe this person should do this or be better at this part or anything like that? I guess are they taking any of your feedback into
Yeah, so my mom and I are very involved, and my mom's actually helping write the script. So my mom is a writer, and she's been writing her life story for quite some time. It was going to be a book, but then she turned it into a screenplay. So when these movie producers came to me, I was like, well, I'd really like for my mom to be involved because she already has her story written. So she has all the parts written of my father and when they met and all that kind of stuff. So she is editing the script as we speak today.
That's awesome. That's probably even better for the movie producers that your mom has already done a lot of the legwork for them, so to say.
They want it to be as exact as possible, so that's why they want our input. They want us to be involved. So we're super excited. We'll be happy with the outcome that way.
Yeah, that's good, especially when you have the family involved versus like someone just makes a movie about someone and the family's upset about it or they don't like the way it turned out. That's never good. I know that recently happened with like Mike Tyson. They did like a Roku. Was a Hulu. They did a documentary or docuseries, and he wasn't happy about it, didn't approve of it. So
that always sucks, right?
yeah. But you guys are still pushing for your dad to get into the WWE Hall of Fame, right?
That's like our end goal. Everything we've been working towards, all these little projects along the way, and everything we're doing is for the end goal of getting him in the WWE Hall of Fame where he belongs.
Yeah, definitely, rightfully so, for sure.
When that comes out, I feel like that's really going to be like, okay, now it's time.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It'll be very in the now and the no at that moment, and it should be a good time to, like you said, push to finally get them in there.
Yeah.
Have you guys had any talks at all with like AEW or any discussions at all of possibly doing something similar, like with what they've done with Owen, like paying homage to him or anything like that to your dad?
We haven't had any conversations like that, but now that my cousin Tom Billighton has his foot in the door there, I could see that playing out as well down the line.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to bring him up. He actually, it's crazy how much he looks exactly like your dad. I mean, he's not as muscular as your dad, but I mean, he looks exactly like him.
I don't want him as muscular as my dad because that was unnatural.
Yeah, your dad was like a stocky little pit bull. You know what I mean? Here's a picture of your dad just to show the resemblance of him and your cousin. Yeah.
I mean, amazing. My dad was so handsome.
Yeah. Is it almost like an eerie feeling seeing Tom, or do you, I don't know if you call him Thomas or what, but is it eerie kind of seeing him and then like, oh my God, like you look just like my dad? Like,
Completely eerie. I think I'm used to it by now, but at first it was like, holy crap. And especially just like their mannerisms and their personalities and everything, they're the exact same.
Things that he probably doesn't even realize he does that are just like your dad that you see or something like that. That's like, that's weird. It's like,
so genetics work.
Yeah. Did you attend his debut with AEW when he started working with them?
Well, I was at the one in Calgary. I don't know if that was the debut. I don't think so. No, the first time it was on TV. I don't remember where he was wrestling, but we watched it at home. My whole family came over and we put it on, and we're trying to record, but then you're also like getting emotional at the same time, and it's just like, oh my gosh. I don't know. Be in the moment. You're trying to be in the moment, but you're trying to record, and it was just like goosebumps, seeing that, seeing it, and says Dynamite Kid on the screen again. It was just wild.
Kind of makes the hair stand up on your arms or something like that, like goosebumps, like for sure.
Much. Super proud of him. Like he's done all the work, and he's such a good kid. I say kid because he's much younger than me, but he works hard. He never had a drop of alcohol in his life, doesn't smoke, eats very, very clean. Like I see how hard he works, hardly misses the gym. He might have pizza once a week. Like he's so dedicated.
Yeah, and if that's the worst thing he's doing, then so be it, right? Yeah. Especially today when everybody has a vice or something that they're doing or whatever to get through, and it's like someone like that, they're pretty rare, I guess, that are healthy, eat clean, do the right things, and do what they need to do. Let's jump back to Philly for a second, though. You were there with Black Dahlia Paige Colletts, who is a alumni of the Bingo Hall. Yeah, let's bring her up. You guys were, I believe you were at is this an Applebee's?
Yeah. Oh, no. That's Ruby Tuesdays.
Okay, Ruby Tuesdays. I seen the caption was the basic bitch menu or the basic bitch order. Is that what you guys decided to get?
Yeah, you're like, oh, we're hungry, but like, I don't know. Nothing's really speaking to me. But like they had a platter, and I was like, I'm kind of feeling this platter. You could choose what you wanted on the platter, but we both were like thinking the same thing. We're like, we want exactly what's in the picture. Like, give me that. Perfect. Yeah. So we were just laughing. Like, we're such basic bitches.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, she's a trip. How did you guys first meet?
So I first started following her on Twitter, and I believe Chris Jericho had like reposted something of hers, and I was like, oh, who is this beautiful like model looking woman? And she had this amazing story about her CRPS. And so I just kind of clicked on her page and started reading what her story was about. And it just really spoke to me. And I just started and I loved her. I just started following her, and she had such a personality. So I'm like resharing her, and, I'd retweet, and then eventually we just started talking and became friends, I guess.
Yeah.
And, then we met last year in Philadelphia. It was the first time we met. So Philadelphia right now is kind of our meeting place. But we love working together. We love being together, and we're sad when we say goodbye and we're apart. So we have so much planned for us as a team, calling ourselves Double Trouble. And we're just really excited. And I don't know, we just vibe.
It's probably one of those things where, like you said, you guys interacted so much that the first time you met, it was probably just felt natural, right? Like you've known each other for forever type of friendship.
Yeah. And then we just have, I don't know, we have so much in common, and we're different, but we're the same. But we're both about lifting each other up instead of, so many women in this business just tear each other down, or they're jealous, or, they're hateful. It's the same as growing up. Just girls in general are not
the men are bad in the business, but especially amongst the women, it can get even more, I guess, volatile and catty, I guess, trying to tear each other down.
I just think it's so important to have someone you can rely on and build each other up, and that's what we are to each other.
Yeah, that's good. Good to always have someone like that, especially in this industry, that you can rely on, and I guess feel safe around, and not feel like they're trying to whatever, do some, like I said, some cattiness. Good.
I was gonna say, it's just better having someone in that locker room, I guess, that you trust, and you don't feel alone. You always have someone. So
And
we are going to
Paige,
do fun stuff in October. She will be there in October as well. So we're going to do some Halloween spooky shit.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure she'll be there with the chainsaw, chainsaw wielding queen in the Philadelphia arena for Halloween. That'll fit perfect.
Absolutely.
But she's been pretty open about her story, and obviously the big goal for her is to get back into the ring. And she's been open as well as that she wants you to valet for her when she does make that return. So I'm sure that's something you're looking forward to just as much as she is, right?
Very much. And even in the last year, I've just seen her, like how far she's come. She's lost 130 pounds. I don't know if that was in a year. It's probably more than a year, but she's in the gym every day. She's working hard. She's taken a few bumps in the ring. Like she's managing and she's slowly getting there. She's training and I just can't wait. I know that she'll make it. She is dedicated. She's a hard worker and I can't wait to be there.
Yeah, I recently seen she put a clip up of her getting a DDT in the ring. I was like, wow. Just knowing what she, told me and how open she is about like her pain and like what that feels like and stuff. It's like just a shower or a gust of wind could be painful. So it's like you're in there taking DDTs. It's like she's in there for the love of the game,
Yeah. And she's just so strong. And, she always has a smile on her face and she'll never say she's in pain. And there's a lot of similarities that I see with like how my dad was and his injuries and with her. And that's why like her story really spoke to me, how she was in a wheelchair and she had to learn how to walk again. And that really spoke to me at the start because my dad was in a wheelchair and, he kind of hid from the world after that and he was ashamed. But she's like very open and out there and talking about it and working hard at, making that recovery and that return in the ring. So she's just so inspiring.
Yeah, she's definitely has an inspiring story, and I don't think she's finished yet. She's still got so much more to check off of her bucket list.
That's the beginning.
I wanted to tell you, though, that she referred to you several times as the forgotten princess of professional wrestling. So she, like, as well as much as you hold her near and dear to your heart, I think she feels the same way about you. So
yeah, we found each other for a reason. It's wild how this life works.
Yeah. She had a crazy story on here as well. I wanted to ask you about. You don't have to go into detail if you don't want to, but the gypsy in Appalachia that she has, I guess, become very close to and has given her readings. She had mentioned that a lot of people have gone to her as well, and you were one of those people. Did you have a crazy experience with that gypsy as well, or is it just like maybe?
I don't know yet because my story hasn't like unfolded yet.
Okay.
Remembering what she said, so I'm just like, is this
but it was nothing like instantaneous that was like, oh my god, like
nothing super crazy because it sounded like I'm going to have decisions to make or I'm going to be presented an opportunity, and then from there what pans out is dependent on like the decision I make. So I'm kind of curious what that is. I'm like, am I going to get some kind of like large wrestling opportunity? Like maybe I'm going to have to like move to the States or something, or like work
something big.
Like, so I have no idea. We'll just kind of have to wait and see because I only just had that reading like a month ago.
Okay.
That was crazy was like I wanted to ask about my dad and he didn't really come forward, but my dad's brother passed away. That's Tom's dad.
Oh, okay.
Forward
Sorry
right away.
That.
Yeah, thank you. And my grandmother and my uncle came forward and my dad was like standing behind them and not really coming forward because she just said that he's moving really slow. She's like, did he have injuries in life? Did he have strokes? I'm like, yes, he did. So she kind of said on the other side, he's still like, it takes a while for them to like catch up. Like he was moving really slow. But the thing that she said was that she's like, this man, he has no front teeth. And I was like, oh, that's my dad. Because my dad had his teeth knocked out. Right?
Yeah.
But he had dentures at the end of his life. But I guess up there, he must have no teeth.
still rocking it without the dentures.
Yeah.
That's awesome though. It's I don't know. I haven't had that experience with like a gypsy or any type of reading or anything, but like that kind of stuff is like it's very intriguing, especially when they tell you things like that where like, oh, this man has no teeth, and you're instantly like, oh, well, that's my dad. It's like, it's just like then you think like, oh, is she messing with me or is she serious? And then like now you're just like waiting for that moment or see how things play out or
I really just wanted to do the reading for fun because Paige is like my best friend and she swears by her and she's had all these things come true by her that she's told her. And so it was just for fun. I was like, oh, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Why not?
like an hour-long reading on the phone, and this lady's from Kentucky, and so I was just like listening to her accent, like for an hour.
Yeah.
She's and I was just like, I didn't say a word. I was just listening. Like,
That's hilarious.
I wanted to see what she'd say, but the accent was awesome.
Oh, I'm sure.
Price alone.
Yeah. And I know that Paige has she's been open about Natalia is the person she's chose that she would like to, have her return match against. What do you think about that?
That'd be amazing. There's no one better than Natty, so
Yeah.
I can see why that would be her chosen opponent.
Do you have any relationship with Natalia? Are you close with Natalia?
Yeah, she's amazing. We're both
Okay.
Geminis. Our birthdays are a day apart, but she's
the twins, split personalities, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know a little bit about astrology. I check my horoscope every day. So,
oh, nice. Yeah, it's funny. Natty's sister is a year older than me, and we have the exact same birthday.
Oh, really?
Natty's 2 years older than me, and her birthday's the day after mine. So,
a
lot of birthdays.
Yes. I have a lot of May birthdays in my family too. So yeah, I always think it's funny when I tell someone that about like Gemini, your split personality, and if they don't really know anything about astrology, they'll go, "Oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense, I guess."
Like when they know the person.
Yeah.
That's totally me because I'm like sweet and like I like Care Bears and gem. Like I have a gem tattoo. I have a My Little Pony tattoo. But then I'm like into heavy metal and I love Marilyn Manson, and it's just like these two sides of me.
Yeah.
And I've always been that way.
I wanted to ask you about Moondog Manson. What's your relationship with him? I think that I came across him on Cafe de Rene, which is Rene Dupree's podcast. And he was also on there with Teddy Hart as well. And they were talking about you and the Dolly Manson gimmick that you do with them. How did you get involved with Moondog Manson?
So I'm no longer working with that faction.
Okay.
Just because I'm kind of broadening my horizon and looking more into the States now. But yeah, we were doing the Manson family was the faction. And, we were going to be Moondog and Ted were working on some projects together. So I'm not too sure what's going on with that. But we got together. I met him. He lives in British Columbia, which is about a 10-hour drive from where I live.
Oh, wow.
So I went out there, did a show. I flew out there, though. And we met. It was the first time I ever met him. And we just kind of bonded and became friends. And I don't know, we just had a lot of ideas. Like I had a lot of ideas and I was like, I'm looking for someone to manage. I'm looking for someone to like, just really become a team with. And like, cause sometimes it's hard to bond with someone and just be on the same page. And, they just see you at the wrestling show and that's it. There's no like in between, like, conversing ideas, which is what I need. Cause I'm a very creative person and I have a lot of ideas and I want to like shoot it back and forth with whoever I'm working with. Yeah. So we started doing that and yeah, we had a lot of fun. We got a lot of momentum with that too. We were traveling like, I think in 1 month we went to 3 or 4 different provinces. So yeah, it was great. So that was like a very much heel gimmick was Dolly Manson.
That's why I was like, when I first had seen about it, I was like, oh, that's very different than the Dynamite doll or how you try to present yourself as in, normally. But I like it. I think it's different. It's a whole like alter ego, I guess, to you or something.
There's 2 sides of me. I got Dynamite doll where I'm like, Miss Elizabeth, and then Dolly Manson where I'm like hardcore. I'm into the hardcore shit. So.
Yeah, I like it. Any stories about Teddy Hart when you guys were working together with him or close to him at all?
Oh, I have all the stories. He's well behaved these days. He's older now. He's super chill. He still is just a natural athlete. He's always had that, and he's still in great shape. And,
I'm sure, still into the cats, I'm sure.
There's no cats around. I'm missing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what's up with that, but
you're into cats though, right?
Yes, I have 3 cats, but they're kind of pissing me off. I'm starting to think I want a dog.
Okay.
Like they only want you when they're hungry, and I'm like, I love that dogs are more loyal and like needy and like want to snuggle, and my cats
only want to come around when they want to.
When they want food, and they're only tired and snuggly like at night,
Yeah. Any other time to like get
wake up hungry. They're just so annoying.
Yeah. And so when you were working in Canada, was that I have two promotions written down. Was it Canadian Apex Wrestling and Real Canadian Wrestling? Are those two promotions you were working with?
Yes. Real Canadian Wrestling is our local one here in Calgary that they run almost weekly. So when Moondog and I were working together, we were doing weekly shows. And they would have usually Friday and Saturday night shows in Calgary and Edmonton. So we were doing that. Like, it was keeping me very, very busy. And that's why, I was able to get a lot of practice in a very short period of time and build up my character Dolly Manson really quickly because they ran so much. But then I started working on the movie and all these other projects. I'm like, I just don't have time to like do these weekly shows right now. Like I need to kind of
prioritize.
Work on some other things and do the occasional like out of town shows because that just makes more sense with everything I'm doing right now. Like I have so much on the go with my OnlyFans, my dad's page. I run my dad's Instagram. I work full time. I'm a mom. Like I have so much. So
to be able to travel somewhere that's 10 hours away is, probably hard to fit that into that type of schedule.
And if that's your full-time job, fantastic. Yeah. Like that would work, but it's like, but I also work Monday to Friday full time. So
that's
a lot. Like the Real Canadian Wrestling, I think they've been around 20 years. So they're doing an awesome job. They're able to run that much. They're able to give workers, work and experience. And so it's been great. The door is always open for me to come back. I just couldn't keep up with the weekly shows, but and then Apex Wrestling it's in Vancouver.
Okay. So how far is that away from you?
That's like a 10-hour drive.
Okay.
So we have some stuff coming up in August. I might try to go out there again and just
nice
promote the movie because I'm trying to go everywhere I can and just talk about the movie, show people, sell merch, just get my dad's name out there. That's why I'm like trying to frequent the States more. So Philadelphia, I'm already like making a name there for myself and my dad, but I want to branch out to like New York and like Jersey and kind of do that circuit. And,
and then major cities.
I would like to go out to Ohio where Black Dahlia is. That's something we could do. We could do like Texas and it's a whole plan and I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely have a lot in store for you coming up. Are you a fan of deathmatch wrestling at all? Because I know in Canada there is a lot of deathmatch wrestling as well as here in the States. Do you get into that the hardcore stuff?
Yeah, I do. I like it. The only thing I'm kind of scared of is those light tubes.
Yeah, the light tubes, right?
A little dangerous, guys. And I'm a mom. Like I need my eyes.
The light tubes and the gusset plates that hold the roofs together that they slam on top of their head and then immediately start bleeding crazy.
Yeah.
The reason why I asked is because we're actually Blaze of Bingo Hall is sponsoring Canadian Deathmatch on August 1st, which is I think their next show coming up. I don't know the city that they're in. That's my fault, but I don't know if that's close to you or not. But
I wonder. No, I was thinking Toronto maybe, but I'm not sure.
I think it is on the outskirts of Toronto. I think their last match was around there, but I'll send it to you afterwards. And I don't know, maybe if it's close or not. But when you were growing up, who were some of your favorite wrestlers?
When I was younger, my cousin and I, Jade. So Jade is Brett's eldest daughter. She's a year older than me. We loved the Rockers. So I loved Shawn Michaels. And she liked Marty Jannetty. I think she's embarrassed of that
now. Good old Marty.
Yeah. Like, well, he was apparently cute back then. So I'm blonde and my cousin has brown hair. So she's like, I like the brown haired one and I liked the blonde one.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Makes all the sense, right? And then probably like in my high school years, I loved The Rock. I had a big crush on him. So I had his poster above my bed. And I loved Trish Stratus. So I started like really getting into female wrestling because of Trish.
Nice.
And I remember, I don't know if it was Raw, whatever it was, show came to town. And there was a big cardboard cutout of Trish. So I bought that. And so like I had that in my room. And that was my inspo of like going to the gym. I'd look at Trish every day and be like, okay, I need to do this, and then I'm going to marry someone like The Rock. Like,
manifest it.
Yeah. Who are other favorites? I really liked Miz.
Okay.
When he like first came out with like the I'm awesome gimmick. That was my
Did you watch him on Real World at all before he started wrestling? Okay.
No, that was the first ever season, right?
I don't know. He wasn't on the first season. He was no, I don't think he was the first season. He was somewhere mixed up, I think later years or something, but it was very still early on in that Real World type of genre, the Road Rules, all that shows that were going on, and he broke out from that and
kind of wild.
Went for his dream. It's crazy that he's still there too. It's still crazy, but he's one of the best in my opinion, especially on the mic. And he's one of those guys, I'm sure, that shows up for everything, does everything, and never questions it or whatever. So,
and he's got a hot one.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. That is true. And she was actually, I know she was battling with some health issues recently, so hopefully she's doing well. I know she was having some serious health issues. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like cancerous, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was something in her ovaries or it was some tumor or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but not good. Anything like that's not good. But wish her the best and wish them the best. Do you have any current favorites now? Do you watch much products now?
I have to admit, I'm not watching a ton right now. I'm so terrible.
Okay.
But
Will
Ospreay. I love Will
Ospreay. Yeah, he's definitely one of the top, especially in AEW. Everyone seems to love him a lot. I've seen him actually wrestle Kevin Knight when he made his debut in Philly. I was there in April for AEW Dynasty. That was my first AEW show, so that was pretty cool to see them live. Had a really big pop. Everybody loved it.
300 Arena or
no? That was at
bigger event. That'd be too big, I guess.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know the name. It's like Chorus or some. It's the big arena or whatever that's down there. So, but
I got to meet him. I was on the Jericho cruise in February, and so Will Ospreay was like such a character on that cruise. He was basically like the mascot of the cruise.
Is that where he was like dancing with like his little shorts on and all that stuff in the middle of the ring and doing his little thing?
Oh yeah, and he was at karaoke every night, and it was hilarious. So I'm like, I wanted to get a picture with him, and everyone's like, well, he goes to karaoke every night, or like I wanted to meet him, right? So I'm like, okay. So we go, and like my husband's a musician, and so he puts his name down for a song, and I put my name down for a song, and I put my name down for Backstreet Boys. Like I think You Are My Fire, that song.
Yeah.
And then Will Ospreay ends up singing it, like him and like some other guys. I can't remember who. And I was like, well, thank God they didn't like call me up first. And then I don't know. It's just like it's better than me.
You might have dodged a bullet there. Just let him go ahead and do his thing.
Well, clearly I'm not singing tonight. So but then I got a picture with him, and it was super good. And then the next day it was like the meet and greet where you stand in line to get a picture. So with your ticket, you can choose, I think, one person to take a picture with.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose him, and it was such a long lineup, and it was like we were out on the deck of the ship, waiting in the sun for like an hour, and like I'm just like, is this worth it? Like I don't have water, I'm thirsty. Like I saw him last night and got a picture, but like I kind of want another picture.
Yeah.
So then I meet him, and he's so nice with all his fans, and he has sunglasses on because he was partying at karaoke the night before. And I'm like, hi. Well, first he greeted me like he knew me. So I was like, do you remember me? And he was like, no, love. Like, I don't. I was like, okay, I just thought because I got a picture with you last night. Like, wasn't sure.
Maybe there was a chance.
I know, he greeted me, but that's just how he greeted his fans.
Yeah.
He's very kind.
Real warm, yeah.
And so then I tell him I'm Dynamite Kid's daughter, and he was like, what? And he took his glasses off and was like, oh my God, and like shook my hand and like whatever. And then the photographer was like, this is the first time I've seen him all day take off his sunglasses. He's like, this must be a special moment. So I was like, okay.
That's awesome.
I was so nervous because I hate being like fangirl, but like,
yeah. You don't know whether like, hey, to kind of like put yourself out there, or if I do put myself out there, how they're going to respond. And it's like
shaking because I just hate, like, I want to tell him who my dad is, but I'm also like super modest and like,
you don't want to feel like he thinks you're trying to come off like you're trying to, I'm name dropping my dad just to whatever, when you're really just trying to let him know like, hey, like, a genuine moment. So yeah, I totally can understand that side of it.
That picture wasn't that good. It was just like, I don't know, like dingy lighting inside, whatever. But the karaoke picture from the night before is awesome. We're both like, because that was the beach. It was like a beach attire theme night. So we're both like matching like beach wear and like, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, we're having fun at karaoke.
Yeah, that's like I said, I totally get that. You like I said, you don't want to put yourself out there, you don't want to seem too whatever, but like I said, you're modest, so you're like, hey, I want to let you know, but not seem like I'm trying to show off or.
I'm super awkward when I meet famous people. So it was, I think it was last summer-ish, maybe fall. Snoop Dogg was here. He performed for a concert, and then after, there's a bar here called Cowboys. He was doing like a DJ set at Cowboys, and Cowboys is connected to where my uncle Bret Hart's bar is. So the Hitman bar is a part of the Cowboys Casino. So after the concert, we were all at Hitman's bar, including Bret, and everyone was going to go backstage and meet Snoop Dogg. But it was only like, I think only 10 people were allowed in. So we're all like walking down this hallway to go meet Snoop Dogg, but then we're all like dropping like soldiers because it's like, Kate, no, only 10 people, only like we cut people along the way.
Yeah. Fitting the herd on the way.
My mom is a huge Snoop Dogg fan. Believe it or not.
That's funny.
And, I love Snoop Dogg, but I was like, Mom, like I hate meeting like famous people. It's so awkward. I was like, I'll let you go. So I was like the last one to like leave, and then she went, and then she was the 11th person, and they're like, okay, yeah, or no, my cousin's like, I'm sorry, Auntie, but like you're cut, right? She was the last one. Like you're cut. And then the security guard was like, no, Auntie can come. So they actually let 11 in, and my mom got to go in and meet Snoop Dogg. So
that's awesome.
Like, because your lovely daughter, who is so giving, you got to meet Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a cool.
And he's got a big blunt in his hand.
Hell yeah. Good old Snoop Dogg.
They were smoking with him, but they didn't like. He wouldn't like share his joint. I don't think he wants to share like mouth germs.
Yeah. Especially after I think COVID. I think that changed the cannabis smoking circle for everybody, because even like it was like a month ago or so, I went to an outdoor event. It was a outdoor wrestling show, and it was like real like cannabis friendly. Everybody's out there smoking. So I was like, all right, cool, smoking. And I've seen people passing joints around, and then like I felt weird like doming my joint and not wanting to offer it to somebody. Yeah. But then I felt weird wanting to offer it to somebody for fear of like they think like, oh, I don't want to smoke after you because like because COVID, like nobody was smoking after anybody. Yeah, that's what he seems like. It's just weed. I was like, yeah, just weed. Like, what else would I mean, come on, man. Like, what is this?
Is it legal in Virginia?
It's so it's legal for medical in West Virginia.
It's legal here.
Yeah, completely, right? For recreational as well.
Yeah.
So in Maryland, so where I live at in West Virginia, I'm like on the Eastern Panhandle, so I'm very close to like Maryland, like 20 minutes away. Pennsylvania is 20 minutes away. Virginia is 20 minutes away. So I'm very close to all these other states.
That's nice.
Maryland is recreational and medical. So I've seen how the market's changed over there, just from being a patient to now like everyone can go in and like the lines are long and crazy and whatever. But I have my medical card, so I can kind of just like cut the line and put my order in, and I don't have to worry about all that hustle and bustle.
Yeah, so I had my medical card too before they legalized it. Then they legalized it, and I was like, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah, because so what do they do now? Is it just like a tax or something you pay, or if you don't have your card?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Like
usually that's how it is. Like here, like so if you have your medical card, if it's $60 an eighth or whatever it is, that's what you pay. If you don't have a medical card, you'll pay like now it's like 12% tax or something like that. So it just, I guess, depends. Everywhere's different. So I don't know.
It seems like it's the same pricing than when I was ordering online. So
okay. So I seen you wrote on your Instagram that all you had to do to get a pair of your Uncle Brett's glasses to get the boys to like you in school.
Yes.
Funny story. Your Uncle Brett actually put a pair. I was one of those kids that he put a pair of glasses on when he came out. So I don't have them. Recorded? No, I wish I had them now.
It was a house show?
It was a house. Yep, it was a house show. Yep. I wish I still had them, but of course, as a kid, you just tore them up and destroyed them. I didn't
have a pair because I probably gave them to some boy I had a crush on. Now, I particularly remember there was a boy I liked. It was like grade 3, and he was Mormon, and because I was like always kind of a bad girl. Of course, I wanted the Mormon boy who's like
you went the good boy.
Yeah, so I gave him Bret Hart merch, and then I think he still remembers that to this day. It's so embarrassing.
I wonder if he's still Mormon.
I even got he's still Mormon. He
yes.
He moved out to wherever they live. Where's the big Mormon town?
Utah.
Yeah, Utah. He like lives on.
Yeah, makes sense.
But
Makes
I
sense.
remember I even stole, the famous photos of Bret Hart in front of like the mountains and the water, and he's wearing all
Yeah.
jeans.
Yeah.
I literally had like the negatives of that. I stole it from my uncle's house and gave it to this boy that I had a crush on. Like they were little like sample ones, not the negatives, but they were like little like samples of
Yeah, I
it.
know, I know what
So,
you're talking
like,
about.
which one he wanted to pick or whatever. I was
Yeah,
like, gonna take him some glasses and a shirt, and I'm gonna give him this picture. And
that's hilarious. Just gave him a little third grade Bret Hart swag bag.
Yeah. So then I'm like, well, guy's gonna like me forever, so we're cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So besides wrestling, though, you do some acting on the weekends locally.
Not really acting, no, but I'm more modeling. I've been getting
Okay.
into working with a lot of hip hop artists, actually. So that's kind of a new one of my friends. He's a referee at Real Canadian Wrestling, and he is a hip hop artist. So I've kind of entered that world with him and a bunch of his friends, and modeling for promotional work for their music, for album covers, for music videos. So that's really exciting. I'll be going to a show. My next one is this Thursday. And then there's a show in August as well. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Just more modeling experience, and like I'm huge into music, so I love going to the shows and
more ways for you to network too and meet new people and get your name out there.
Totally. Like we're just artists supporting each other. Like that's what I say. I'm like, we're starving artists supporting each other. Like you're making music, I'm modeling, we're helping each other,
Yeah. You're also into cosplay too. Is that something that you're looking to do more with like the modeling as well?
Yeah, so that is new. I just went to my first cosplay event or convention here. When was that? It was in May.
Okay.
My little brother and sister are huge into anime, so they go every year. Their costumes were so incredible. I watched my little sister like hand sew and do like make these masks.
Oh, she does the whole thing, huh?
For weeks. Like I just ordered mine on Amazon, and I don't actually. So I love Japanese culture, and I love cutesy. Like I'm obsessed with Hello Kitty. Like I have a tattoo on my hand.
Nice.
So I just love like that culture, but I don't actually fully watch anime. I'm a little bit of a phony, but I love and I love the dress up aspect. Like that's what I do with wrestling. I dress up. I have outfit changes. That's part of the appeal to me as a manager is like picking out my outfit, and I always have a different outfit. I never wear the same thing. But yeah, watching my sister make these costumes, I was just like so in awe of her, and we all went together. And I had a blast, and I just want to do more of it. So next year, I think we're all going to do a group costume. I think we're going to do Sailor Moon, and I'll be Sailor Moon.
Nice. Do they try to get you into like the shows that they watch?
No, not really. But I think like next time I'm going to like watch a little bit of like my character.
Yeah.
Because my girlfriend who I used to work with, she's into it. So she came and met me there, and she's like, my advice would be just to watch like a little bit of like whatever you're dressing up as, because you will get questioned.
Oh, like, I'm sure. And you're probably like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's just like wrestling. I'm sure like, people that don't watch wrestling, they don't know what's what or who's who or this or that. And it's the same thing. I'm sure like anime, like you wear or like, or a band, you see a lot of people wear band shirts or whatever. Like you ask them about the band, they're like, oh, I don't know. I bought this at JCPenney or something like that. They don't even know who the band name is. They don't know who Nirvana is or Metallica. It's just like, oh, I've seen this at the store, so I'm sure there's probably people like that. Like, do you know about episode 10 of, Naruto or Naruto? Yeah. Like I have no idea.
I dressed up as a character. Her name is 02.
Okay.
Not sure if you know her.
No, I don't know anything about anime.
I Googled characters. I'm like, I just like the look of this girl. I'm like, this girl is me. Like, she wears like full leather, like red pleather suit, and then had like little devil horns.
Nice.
And pink hair. So I had a pink wig, and I was like, yep, this is my girl. And I guess she's really popular. So
you picked a good one then.
Good one. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've mentioned a few times that you're into music, and I had this as a question already, but you're a metalhead, you would say, right?
Yeah.
Is In This Moment one of your bands that you like? Because I've seen you put them up as one of your songs the other day.
I do like In This Moment, yes. What else do I like right now? Do you know what? I'm actually obsessed with Youngblood right now. That's my current. It's not even metal. I'm not
familiar with them.
Okay, no, he's a British singer.
Okay.
He performed at the Black Sabbath, their final
concert. He was at that concert?
And he just like blew up on. He went
Is
viral.
is he like the?
He's
I
wearing
don't know
like
if you. He's like a skinny guy. I seen him. If it's the same guy, he had like an interaction with Ozzy Osbourne where he gave him like a necklace, and they both have the same necklace. That's him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's dope.
I already have like my summer playlist that I created, and one of his songs is on there. It's like my number one song of the summer right now. And then seeing all these clips coming out, I was like diving deeper into him, and now like that's all I've been listening to right now. I'm just
Would
like,
you say his name was Youngblood?
Youngblood.
Okay, I'll have to look him up because I've seen him, but I didn't know what his name was, and I've seen some of him perform and stuff like that.
Alternative, punky, kind of reminds me of like Mick Jagger, like skinny.
Yeah.
Rocker.
Yeah, just like hearing him talk, like I've seen him do interviews, and that's what's kind of like that's why he stands out because he's very like
in Northern England. So that's where my dad's
yeah,
from.
and like he's like very open and like genuine and like very like warm. Like some of these people, like you watch them on interviews, and they're just like you could just see like they don't want to be there, don't whatever. You can just see he's just like, hey, I'm in the moment, and it's like when he had that interaction with Ozzy, I was like, man, that was really like a genuine moment, and they had like. Ozzy like tried to stand up and kiss him and stuff like that. So it was
Ozzy like passed the torch to him.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Good for him. But yeah, I'm big into metal too. The reason why I brought up In This Moment, they're one of the first metal concerts that I've seen live. Like when they were on their first album, Beautiful Tragedy. I seen Maria in a little rinky-dink little place with no one barely in there. She had her Converses on and her little Cinderella dress, and isn't like how she is now where it's like this huge stage show and it's completely changed.
Actually, there's a girl here, a local clothing designer, and she's so badass. She actually made my wedding dress.
Okay.
Marilyn Manson is her favorite, so her and I are like connected on Marilyn Manson. But she made clothes for her for like some of her music videos.
I would believe it. Yeah, I mean some of the stuff she wears,
the stuff she makes.
Yeah, some of that stuff is like very long, huge dresses, veils, all kind of crazy stuff. So I would imagine it's all probably like customized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NRT Fashions, she made some of that.
Okay. So you're also aspiring to establish maybe your own themed craft brewery between mixing like your love of cats and animals and wrestling. Is that still in the works?
No, it's not really in the works. Just a dream.
Okay. Just aspiring.
Like, if I had money, I'd be like, yeah, let's do that. Like it's like a lot of money to open up breweries to get the things you make the beer in. They're like huge,
like the distilleries and stuff.
Yes,
yeah,
it's a lot of money. So that's just kind of a pipe dream. But
same thing.
I love animals, though. Honestly, I would love to have like my own. I used to volunteer at the Meow Foundation, which is all cats. So I would go. I think it was Thursdays. I would go after work and just feed them, play with them, and like change the litter. And that was just like to make my heart feel good.
Like therapeutic, right?
Yeah. But the only thing was, I think I would like have too many cats if I like stayed working there. So I was like, I need to just stop. Because I got my second cat and then I got my third cat. And I was like, okay, maybe this is. But yeah, if I could run my own company that way, I would love to like have my own, maybe animal shelter, but maybe even just cats.
Some dogs kind of like a sanctuary for them.
I don't have as much experience with dogs, and dogs are huge. So cats, even if they're like they bite, whatever, you just put on some gloves. But dogs, it's kind of more work. So I don't know.
I think it depends on the breed. You know what I mean? Like if you get like a docile type of breed, you'll be good. But if you're getting one that's like, like a chow chow or something like that, that's known for biting, I wouldn't, recommend getting something like that. Maybe, when you have little ones and stuff that you never know what could happen. I've seen that happen with dogs biting little kids in my family where the dog was asleep. Kid was walking up the steps and fell, and the dog reacted and just turned around and bit him. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, so it's like
that really happened with me and my dad's Rottweiler. It's kind of my fault. When I went to England when I was 10, he had 2 Rottweilers, Thunder and Storm. And Thunder was the big fat male, and I loved him. So I would use him as a pillow watching TV. And I was a kid, so I didn't know. I decided to blow in his ear, and he went to go bite my face. My dad stopped him in time. But ever since then, I'm like really scared of being bit by dogs because, he was not a bad dog. He was a guard dog. But I blew his ear, like I kind of deserved it.
Yeah.
But like had he got me, I could have been like missing, half my face.
Yeah. That definitely could. Yeah, it definitely could go wrong, and they could be unpredictable sometimes.
Yeah, I would love to have my own animal shelter, but everyone in my family has dogs except for me, and my mom is like my mom and dad used to breed dogs. So if I did have an animal shelter, she could certainly probably help in the dog department.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have an
Bird
idea what kind of dog you would want?
Yes, I want a wiener dog.
Okay, yeah, nice. Little dachshund. My grandmother used to have one.
You had one?
My grandmother used to have one. She had a couple of them.
Oh
Yeah, they're pretty funny. They love to chase like like little like rabbits and anything into the hole because that's what they're like used to doing and they're bred for, like chasing out like rats and different things like through the mines. I think that's what they used to do. So yeah, they're a funny breed.
Yes, so I have all boy cats and I wanted a boy dog. But my little sister lives with me and she has a little girl dog. And my other sister just got a girl dog. And just having her around, I've like fallen in love with girl dogs now. So I've decided that I'm gonna get a little girl, long-haired blonde wiener dog.
There you go. There you go.
I want to name her Miley. By the way, I'm also obsessed with Miley Cyrus right now.
Okay.
So I'm in this like pop phase. I kind of like it's a Gemini in me.
Yeah, I get that too. Like especially with music, like when people ask me what type of music do you listen to, it's like I don't even know how to start because it's like I could listen to country, metal, whatever goofy girly pop stuff's on the radio or anything. Like as long as it's good and I like it, like I'll get down with it. Like
no country for me, but everything else.
No country?
No, I hate it. It's too depressing.
Some of it is. Some of it can be. Yeah, for sure. I can see that. But some of them got some real bangers in there. Some heartfelt stories.
I mean, as country as I'll go is probably Miley Cyrus. Okay, funny thing was, I put on a Miley Cyrus, Billy Ray Cyrus song, and my husband's like, "What is happening to you?" Because they're like, "I do not like country." And I'm like,
"What type of music does your husband do?"
When in his younger day, he was in a metal band.
Okay.
But now that we're older, it's a little like rock.
I was wondering if you're going to say country.
Fuck no, he doesn't like it. So yeah, I love metal, I love pop, and like hip hop as well.
Okay.
I used to be a raver in my day, but
nice. Yeah, I know there was after my high school years, everybody was into like dubstep and stuff like that. So that was pretty yeah.
The vocals.
I wanted to say though, if you do ever wind up getting that brewery, just like how there's different strains of weed, there's one called cat piss. There could be a beer called cat piss, which would be a good one for you guys, maybe.
IPA, because IPA often smells like cat piss.
Yeah, I try. I don't drink beer, but I tried to cook with beer one time, and I think mistakenly got an IPA, thinking that it would be like earthy or whatever, and it literally. I put it on top of like brat sausages and like the cooker, and it was disgusting. It tasted so bad.
Ruined your meal.
Yeah, it was so bad. It was like drinking warm hot beer, and then when I tried to bite the sausage, it was just like it was disgusting. I would never do that again. I don't know if it was the IPA. Maybe I put too much of it or whatever. Maybe she used a different beer. Not sure. But I know you said that the cannabis culture in Canada is medical. Do you know much about how things work here in the States at all, or is there much difference in going to a dispensary there than there is here? I guess it's all one and the same, right?
You know what? I haven't really been to one over there, so I don't really know. Yeah.
True. Yeah, I guess you'd have to be in like a recreational state that would allow it. I don't think Pennsylvania.
It's legal there, so I went to their pot stores. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure, like over there.
Okay.
Philadelphia, it's not legal, so.
Do you guys have like private lounges where you can go smoke or hang out and stuff like that? Nothing. Yeah. I know there's certain like Vegas has that, but I know other states are trying to get into that, and that's going to be a big thing. Just like being able to go to bar, drink, and go to the lounge and smoke. So they'll probably see a lot more of that stuff coming up soon.
That will be awesome.
And I know you said earlier and that you wanted to expand into a bunch of different cities. And I know you mentioned Vegas, but I had read that Japan was something that was also on your radar. Is that somewhere where you would like to go?
I'm hoping next year, 2026,
okay.
I'll go to Japan. I want to take my family as well. So like a family trip, and then hopefully just be able to hit up a wrestling show as well would be ideal. Even, this movie, I don't know. Are we going to do some filming in Japan? Like,
that's what I was going to ask, because your dad has a lot of history that ties back to Japan. So that would be interesting to go back there and revisit certain places maybe he went or wrestled at and things like that.
Yeah, because I know for sure they're going to be, so they're obviously in the UK. They'll be filming there. I'll be going to the UK for sure. They're going to be coming here to do some filming. And then I'm thinking maybe Japan as well.
Okay. Have you ever trained to be a wrestler?
No.
No inspiration to become one at all?
No, not really. I mean, I chose my own path. My path wasn't necessarily my father's path. I knew I wanted to be involved in wrestling, but I knew that I was going to do it my way and it was going to be different. So I started managing, but now I'm branching out in other ways too, like podcasts. I've been filming a podcast with some friends that we're working on, a wrestling podcast. Yeah, like the modeling side of things, kind of being like more of like a guest, like a special guest appearance. I'm doing more of those sorts of spots at wrestling shows, more like wrestling conventions. My biggest thing has just been like keeping my dad's legacy alive. The movie, the goal is the WWE Hall of Fame. So I just saw my dad obviously end up in a wheelchair and, he died at 60 years old. He died on his 60th birthday. And a lot of these wrestlers die around 60 years old because of all the pain that they're enduring and, the pills and the steroids, if they were kind of from that era when that was more normal from the 80s. So I saw what it did to my dad's body and I just really didn't have the desire to do that. But I wanted to be involved in my own way. And I think this way it'll be the longevity of my career should be longer because I'm not in there getting injured.
Yeah, for sure. And I was going to ask that as well. Like, was your dad sort of like seeing how he struggled and took a lot of that damage to his body and put himself through that? You're like, I'm just going to pave my own way into the industry.
And I had a love-hate relationship with wrestling for quite some time, like since my childhood, because of the injuries. So I'd be like, I hate it. I hate what it's done to my family. Like, our dads were always on the road. Like we've lost an uncle or uncles. All these things but it always was pulling me back. That's the thing. So it always pulled me back and it was like, well, yeah, I don't have to wrestle, but I can find my own way.
Sometimes I like to describe it. Other people do too. It's like a disease, I guess. Once you get it, like you're hooked on it. And it's just, I mean, you try to get away from it, and sometimes you come back. But I guess it depends on your mindset, how you look at it, and how you try to tackle things with approach it. It's if you go into it thinking that it's going to be bad, then it's going to be bad. But if you're looking to do your own thing and blaze your own way, then no pun intended, might make it happen.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the way things are going, and I think that Philadelphia has been great for me. Lots of momentum there, and just Paige and I collaborating together. Like, there's so much exciting stuff in the works. And
when I wanted to ask you about Dark Side real quick, were you nervous before the filming of that when they were in the, I guess, works of putting that episode out and trying to get you guys together to, I guess, hey, we're going to do this? Were you nervous about the initial?
Yeah, super nervous.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I assume you were probably, once you were done the filming and you guys had already did everything they needed you to do, you were probably still nervous about how it would look when it comes out, right? Because do you get a sneak peek of that, or do you see that when everybody else sees it?
We only got a sneak peek, I think, a day before everyone else.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was like, I think from filming to when it came out, I think it was about 3 months or so, maybe longer. I can't quite remember. And I had anxiety like every day until it came out, and then it came out and I was like, okay, it's good.
Yeah. Because I've heard like mixed reviews with like other people and families and stuff like that. With like, oh, I hated that episode. That was, whatever. So, I mean, at least if you guys were good with it and comfortable with it, then that's all that matters, right?
It's like hard to watch because, of course, it's Dark Side of the Ring, so it's like it's weird to be that way. But there was nothing that was like, hey, you twisted my words or made it look this way, and like
cut it in a way to make you look like you did, said something,
they didn't like mess with the edits or the cuts or whatever, and they ended it really nice with like my mom's message at the end. We were really happy with that. I think the hardest thing was just that it was filmed during COVID, and so none of us could film together, and that was like really hard, especially for my sister, because she has never like talked about my dad publicly.
So she was by herself doing that.
We were able to drive together. Like we went together, but they made us like go in separate rooms when we were recording.
It's like we drove here together though.
I guess it's more about them. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to protect themselves from whatever. Yeah.
But
Weird
I mean,
times. I'm glad we're past that.
oh yeah, I was super proud of her, and she did an amazing job. I thought she did even better than me for her first time like speaking publicly. But it was just hard that we couldn't like stand side by side.
I actually rewatched it last night just in preparation for our interview today. But I will say that your sister is like a spitting image of your dad, and I feel like you're a spitting image of your mom.
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone thinks I look like my dad, but
Really? Maybe it was because watching that last night, that when they were doing the cuts and stuff like that. But I mean, I definitely see your dad in you too. But I feel like you look more like your mom, and your sister looks just like your dad. Like it's like weird how sometimes siblings take after the one or the parent or the other. But
completely.
yeah.
But yeah, everyone either says my sister and I are like identical or we look nothing alike. So
Really, that's funny.
There's no in the middle.
Yeah. I seen also on the documentary, Mick Foley, he was like very endearing to your dad, loves your dad, even though your dad actually broke his jaw on their first ever encounter in their first match. Do you think that like when you meet like colleagues of your dad from back in the day and they tell you stories about your dad, like that's always like maybe like inspiring or keeps you close to your dad?
Yeah, I love it. I love hearing those stories. It just helps keep his legacy alive and his memory alive. And yeah, even the fans sharing pictures of me on like his Instagram. It's just, I still get pictures I haven't seen. I'm like, oh, I've never seen that one.
Just tagging you and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of Japanese magazines and stuff that I haven't seen, and seems like they had endless like photo shoots in Japan.
They have all kind of stuff that you'll see resurface like on Facebook or whatever, and it's like either ticket stubs or shirts that are like from way back in the day that are still like in pristine, brand new collection, shape, and like you can go buy them at like these thrift stores or whatever in Japan, and people go there and like there's all kind of like collectible stuff over there. So if you do get a chance to go over there, I'm sure you'll find a lot of wild old school stuff, especially with your dad on it too.
Yeah, I know there's a restaurant in Japan. They have a Dynamite Kids shot. Like
I'm sure.
Beverage, yeah.
You'll have to hit the Ribera Steakhouse as well, and get the jacket. Did you start balleting before Dark Side of the Ring, or was that something you started doing after?
It was like 2013.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, 2013 when I started.
And how has it been for you, creating your own name and your own path aside from your father's?
I think that in a way I struggled for quite a long time. When I first started, I was dating a wrestler, and so I started managing him, and it made sense. And we got married, very short-lived marriage, and then we got a divorce. And then I was like, well, now I don't have anyone to manage. He had a shoulder surgery and he stopped wrestling. So eventually I went back to local wrestling, and I got the itch again, and I was just like, this is in my blood. Like, I need to be here. So I went into the locker room and just was like, who wants a manager?
Yeah.
And so I started managing a tag team at the time, Top Talent. And so we started working together for quite a few years. And then from there, it was just, then COVID happened. And then, so I was kind of taking a break. That was weird. That was really weird times because they started allowed to have shows again, but you're only allowed like 100 people or something. And I don't know, it was just really weird. And I was like, I'm not really feeling this vibe. So
you need the crowd for sure. That definitely let everyone know in wrestling that we need the crowd for sure during that time.
So I just struggled finding like the right fit, the right person. That's kind of been my struggle, especially when you're not like actually dating. Cause I find a lot of female managers are usually like dating the guy, right? So it was really hard finding that bond with someone. And that's why I said with Moondog, we did eventually, we got a business going. Like we had like, business meetings weekly and stuff like that. So, and now ever since I've kind of branched out on my own and what I'm doing now, I'm feeling more and more confident in what I'm doing. I'm just getting a clearer picture of like who I am, what I have to offer, what my journey is, what my vision is, and yeah, having a good time with it. I think I'm 40 now. I'm actually 41, but I'm in my 40s. I know what I want. I'm a hard worker. I'm dedicated. Like I've been, even in the gym, I'm like, I've dropped 12 pounds. I'm serious. I'm like full blown motivated and going to do what I have to do. So.
Yeah, you got a lot going on. And I know, like you said earlier, you're working on your own podcast. So can you tell us what the basis of that podcast will be about?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, or you asked me, like, do I watch current wrestling? No, I don't really. Actually, I'm watching a lot of old wrestling. So we're going to be talking more about old wrestling, kayfabe.
Nice.
Yeah. So like between 80s, early 90s is what our podcast is going to be about.
Will you guys be like dissecting like certain like episodes or certain events or something like that?
We're doing all pay-per-views right now. We started with like the Vince McMahon Netflix series. We started with that, and then we're just doing like the first of every pay-per-view right now is what we're doing. And then we're going to do 10 episodes and then start getting guests.
Do you have any date or anything you can tell us when that will be coming out or when to look for that? Or
no, not really. There's 3 of us and we're all in different time zones. So we're just trying to, sometimes it's difficult. 2 of us have kids. So just, figuring out recording time is our issue right now. So
yeah, everyone's schedule.
But I have a team. It's the product's looking really, really good.
That's good. Do you, is that something new to you, like podcasting and doing?
Yeah, so I wanted to branch out and like do my own podcast, and I just got such anxiety about it that my friends were starting their own, and like more just like the production aspect. I was like, I don't know that, like the way right now how you have this screen and the lights and the like. That's where I'm like, oh my god,
I'm low budget. I'm low budget. Don't give me any type of adulation.
Yeah, and then just just all that. I'm not very tech savvy, so I got nervous about it. So my friends were like, well, we're doing this podcast. Like, would you like to join ours? And then once you're comfortable, you can kind of branch out and do your own like segment.
Yeah.
So that's
that makes total sense. Yeah. Let you kind of like get your feet wet, get you, familiar with it. And then when you feel comfortable enough, branch out and do your own thing. That's kind of like me. Like I wanted to do it, and I've been putting it off for so long and saying that I was going to do it for so long. I was just like, I got to just do it. I got to take that leap of faith. But yeah, man, it'll be good for you. And I think you'll be good at it.
Yeah. It's different. I'm so used to being the guest, not the host.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm better at hosting or being a guest, but we'll find out soon.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it though. It should be a good listen. Yeah. You said that you're returning to the States in October?
Yes.
Okay. So definitely look out for that. That's what I was going to ask is when are you returning to the States? And that'll be for Battleground Championship Wrestling, right?
Yes. Their Halloween show. Super excited. What am I going to be wearing? Definitely something. Costume contest.
Something horror, something spooky or something like that mixed in.
Collab something.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll have something in the works for you guys.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say thank you for coming on and blazing at the Bingo Hall. If there's anything that you want to promote, if there's anywhere that they can find you, let the people know now so that they can tap in with Bronwyne.
Yeah, just, come follow me on my Instagram. That's me right there, Bronwyne Jewel. I have my link tree on there. So it has all my links to everything that I'm doing. Merchandise, my dad's Instagram is on there. Any of my links, OnlyFans, Patreon, Twitter, it is all on there. So you can find it under Bronwyne Jewel on Instagram. And then my dad's Instagram page. Please, guys, follow. I need more followers.
I just started following recently, so it's definitely cool to see the old photos. Yeah,
official Dynamite Kid. Tag me in any old stuff you have, memorabilia, photos. Always looking for unique stuff.
And is that the best way to reach out to you through Instagram, or is there like a booking way to get a hold of you if they're trying to get you for bookings?
Maybe I will add that on my link tree, but right now just hit me up on Instagram, and that's the best way.
Awesome. Well, Bronwyne, I appreciate you for stopping in and blazing it with your boy Younglurch.
Until next time,
thank you so much, and see ya.